Are you on? Oh, hang on. It's recording. Start? Yes, it's recording. I gotta make sure I have the speaker properly. I think we're working. Okay, we'll call the Forestville Town Board monthly meeting to order on Wednesday, September 21st at 6:30. Have a roll call, please.
Roy Engelbert.
Here.
Larry Huber.
Here.
Jason Klahach.
Here.
Dina Schmidt. Here. I'm Ruth Kirscher, and we have Joe Bader and Chuck Schley.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were gonna have the right speaker. I think we got it. I don't know. Hopefully this is going to be properly recorded. Okay, we have the agenda in front of you. Motion to approve the agenda. I make a motion to approve the agenda. I'll second that. Motion by Jason, second by Larry to approve the agenda. I don't see any changes on here. We can go, well, since Joe is here, we could go right after the Southern Fire Department report. We can go right to the roads and road work. We can change that, so people rather have everybody stay around the whole thing. So that's the only change I'd make. Here with that, motion to approve the agenda will be proper. I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented with those schedule changes. Motion made second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, we have the minutes from August 15th. Anybody need a copy of the minutes? Ruth, you distributed them. I looked through them. They look good. Okay. You got a copy? I got it. Okay. Minutes were distributed in your hands. You know, we're not there, so. Make a motion to accept the minutes from last month. Okay, no further, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion is carried. Okay, we have the treasurer's report next.
In the cemetery checking, we have $88.43. The cemetery perpetual care, we have $10,729.79. Cemetery savings, we have $2,727.76. Town checking, we have $1,146.04. Money market, we have $46,846.88. The LGIP general, we have $150,118.42. And then we still have the money in the American Rescue, the ARPA.
Okay. Motion we accept the treasurer's report. Do you have any receivables or are they all
No,
current?
they're all current,
Current, yeah.
well, except for the garbage collection, which I don't think we worry about that. The county does, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, they take care of it.
Eventually, yeah.
I second that. Okay, motion made and seconded to accept the treasurer's report. Aye. Any further discussion? All in favor, please begin by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion not carried. Okay, public comments and correspondence. Ruth, do you have any?
Yes, correspondence. I did send this to Larry. Door County Tourism Zone will no longer be taking paper applications for room tax. And it will be online effective January 1st, 2023. So they would have to contact Door County Tourism Zone.
That's this.
Yes.
And that would be, this is the motels and the whole.
Yes.
They would have to fill it up themselves.
Online.
Online, yeah,
And-
new ones.
Yeah, we'll have to link that in, but it doesn't go into effect until
Till
the 1st of January, so that's not going to go, I'm not going to have that online
Right,
until
right.
So
Till
the end of the year.
that should maybe go in our newsletter also.
Yes.
I would think they would have a little
Something,
blurb.
yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
put something.
Alert all that.
They said that they have some information available, but they will be available on the tourism zone website. When? I don't know.
I would think by the time, middle part of December, they would be notified.
Right, but when do we have to have?
Yeah,
a
we have to have
newsletter
this
from-
in by,
Oh, that's right.
October, no,
But
middle-
first of
part.
December, first week
Well,
of December.
yeah, right before Thanksgiving, I think I get it to
Oh,
the.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to
it
the
was usually in November, I think. they
Yeah.
send it.
Yeah.
October, we usually review it,
Oh, that's right. The first part of December is when the taxes come out.
yeah.
And I did get a notice from Bay Lake Bank, Bay Lake Regional Plannings. The levy amount is gonna be $642. I didn't look what it was last year for the annual fee. Mhm. And the 2022 levy limit was for our taxes this year is up by $842. And our shared revenue for next year for 2023 is up $4. And there will be a household waste collection at the Door County Highway Department on November 5th. I did get a flyer on that and I will be posting it. I don't think I sent that to you, Larry, did I?
No.
Door County. Yeah, so that will be coming up. I will send that to Larry. And
To be posted on the website?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
I would think so. And Larry and I have been working on the ARPA reporting. We're doing that today and hopefully we can get it done tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing is Wisconsin Towns Convention coming up.
I know,
Like we talked,
at the end, yeah.
your notes, okay. I think that's it.
Okay. Okay, I checked with our siding project today, and the materials are not in yet. They were supposed to be shipped in September, and the polymer, they're having a polymer problem. So at this time, we don't know if we get the siding. They'll put the siding on as soon as they get the product,
Okay,
and we don't know when that product's coming in. It was September, now there's no firm date on that, so we'll cross that, find out about that. This is the intake letter that's put into your file, so should you have to issue a citation. That's for 2023.
That's for next year's.
Yeah,
Okay. That's from the courthouse?
that's from the courthouse, yeah.
Okay.
And so when you write a ticket citation, you have to make sure you're 30 days after that. And, after the date, at least 30 days after the date. Okay. And that we'll go right into the Seven Dwarfs Fire Department. That'll, the president of the fire department dropped off the bylaws, changing the bylaws that I could review. It's not that all we're doing is mostly just changing the wording, a few wordings on there. So the next meeting is going to be next week. When is your next meeting?
The annual meeting is a week from tonight,
Week from tonight, that's okay.
and that's when we're supposed to get the paperwork from Nassau saying they're pulling out.
Mhm. Mhm.
And far as we know, they are pulling out. They've ordered 3. Nothing to pull out. They think they can do it themselves.
And then the board will have to take their necessary steps to,
They have 1 year, and today we had Wardellini and Associates come in and appraise the building.
okay,
Nassau did it at 210,000. But there were some things that weren't quite, the parking lot that was redone, the concrete apron that was redone, and the cistern, there's a 50,000 gallon cistern
mhm,
under that
Mhm.
station. That all goes into the appraisal.
that's correct.
So we'll have to wait and see how that comes up.
And then also the equipment, you'll have to have your own independent appraiser.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
And,
they did it. I don't have that paperwork with me.
okay,
Um, all everything.
Yeah.
And everything that's in that station is gonna have to be appraised.
That's right. That's right. And then you probably have to get legal
Oh, yeah,
assistance to negotiate the final pricing.
they will be paying 30% of the appraised value of everything.
Is that in the bylaws?
That's in the bylaws. We've had 3 different lawyers look at that,
Okay,
and all 3 said the same thing,
okay.
30%.
Wasn't it a 2-year term that they, till they could separate themselves? It's only 1 year?
1 year
1 year.
from the date that they turn in their,
Turning the paperwork to you
Mhm,
or to the rest of to the board.
mhm.
Okay.
and from there on, well, it's never happened before.
Mm.
Rumor has it that every fire department in Door County is watching how this goes along. They just want to know
Well,
if it ever happens to one of them.
well, there's, but it's, I mean, this was protected way back in 1980, and if they
Do
change,
you have a copy of the operating agreement?
I have the file that, the documents saying who, what happened, and it does say that in there, that one party can separate or parties can separate whenever they wish to, yeah.
But there's this notice and then there's the lead time.
Yes, yeah, right.
Yeah, that operating agreement is from 1980, I believe.
Yeah.
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 But it's, as far as we know, it's still current.
Yeah, it's still, yeah, the units, yeah.
Got some paperwork for you guys for a change. They're just sitting here doing nothing.
Oh. That's what we're doing.
Just not talking about you, Larry.
Oh, okay.
Just keep passing it down. Hopefully, no.
Okay,
And so your meeting is going to be on September 28th.
Yeah, Jason, yeah.
Jason.
And then you guys get this too. You may have to make a copy or two.
We can look, I can look with Larry.
well, it's like, you know,
We will be losing in the neighborhood of 290,000 when they pull out.
Yeah, yeah.
Our biggest expense right now is the new truck. At 9,600 a month. It comes out to about 115,000 a year.
And they're gonna buy that truck?
They don't want any part of it.
So they're gonna get.
Oh,
So
really?
what's gonna have the truck?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Had we known, we probably would not have.
No, you didn't need it.
But,
wow.
yeah, and it'll be roughly this time next year
Mhm.
when they'll deliver it, roughly.
And that's gonna cost you $100,000 on your annual
Round
new
figures,
truck
yes.
payment.
New truck payments, yes. That puts a crimp in the old shorts.
Mhm.
True enough. So this is your budget basically for this coming year.
Yes, for this fiscal year. 22, 23.
Got it.
Way inflation's going and we locked in at the price, we might be able to sell that truck for more than we paid for it.
That's a possibility.
The rate of building them, the truck will be an antique before it's actually built.
Okay.
Other than that, that's about it.
Well, thank you, Chuck. Keep up the work.
We'll find out, yeah, we'll find out more. They're replacing Dave Miller is stepping down
Okay,
and they're trying to find a replacement for him.
Davis from the Forestville.
Correct. So
Mhm.
I invite you guys
I
to
can
come to the
make
meeting.
Yeah, we'll try, yeah. 28th.
Jason, I can make a
6
copy.
o'clock.
Right.
I think it's in No, Forestville for that, I think so, huh?
6 South Station at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
6 o'clock.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Well, we're going to go on to number 14 in here. And roads and road work. And we had a busy month this month.
That's it.
We have finished West Center Road. It's all done. I give you an idea how they constructed it. We went from 13 feet wide. And it was pulverized, the whole road was pulverized. And then they moved out the stuff to the side to give good shoulders to get a new width. And they came in and made 4 passes with blacktop. And it's 20 feet wide now. They didn't make, on Idlewild Road, they came through with just 2 passes, 20 feet wide, just went down and widened the spreaders on the paver to 20 feet. They didn't do this at the time. They just, you had 2 10-foot paths and did the turnaround real nice. And so shoulder work is done. Real happy. And Thad Ash is going to do the filing of the RIP money, LRP money. He's doing that for us. So all the paperwork is in for that. So we should receive $18,000 back from the LRIP program. And then the turnaround on the east end of West Center Road was done. So that's done. And then, Al went in there and cut the grass and cleaned everything up again. So that looks real good, right? You went in there and cut after they got done paving on that.
Yep.
So and then we patched some patches on Old Elm Road, and we patched on County Line Road, and made some patches. And then I got a call from Cindy D'Antoni that she couldn't see around the cattails on the corner of County Line Road and Substation Road, and so the county came in with their box.
Boom
Yeah,
cutter.
we got a rubber tired boom cutter. It can travel real fast and it can only go 15 feet. So what you see there, Chuck, is all we can do. Cindy called.
Oh, time.
Cindy
I've
called.
been asking you that for 7 years.
Well, we get it done.
How far did they go in?
They can only make 1 pass with the,
15-foot.
yeah, they got a 50, it's a rubber tire. They can come down the road real fast. They can only make 1 pass with it.
I got pretty much the same thing, but mine goes 25 feet.
You get yours going 25 feet. You do that for the bigger stuff. I went and drove that and they went further down to old substation to see a little bit better. So I think it's adequate. Did you try that? Did you go there, Chuck?
I haven't noticed it, actually,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've been through there quite a bit.
Okay.
When did they do it?
At the corner.
When did that?
When?
This past week, not this week, last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to pay more attention.
Because I drove in there and backed up and drove County Line Road. I did that.
I was gonna comment on West Center, right from like the stop sign. Almost to the end of our field. I don't know if I'm surprised you cut lawn, you didn't hit them, but there's like big chunks of concrete or blacktop on the side of the road, sitting on the side of the road. That's the only place you hit them.
You spread them around now.
That's the only place I seen them, but they were pretty bad right there. Okay.
And at the same time, Dina, I didn't put an R on treasures, and so I couldn't send you details for a while. And there's 2 culverts that are going to be building to come.
We got technical support. on
And those are 2 culverts that
Be
been
coming in the
ordered
bill.
in the month of August on it. And on that, and then
Someone to treasure. Gotta go treasure work.
yeah, it was just treasure, R on the end, it wasn't going, and that's first it was GOI at first, way back when.
O.com.
Dot
Oh,
com.
oh, the first time it was .gov. You forgot WI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we got there.
At first it was gonna be .gov, then it became WI.gov, and so, it came, so we got there. So, so Joe, thank you for cutting, on that?
Did you, I wrote down all the roads that we had really bad problem stones on,
Okay,
like a really bad problem. I don't know if you wanna,
I went down Mill Road, you told me Mill Road was bad, I didn't see the Mill Road problem.
everywhere there was bad stones, you can see, because
You raised up, what roads do you have then?
Low Road, East Carnot Road,
East Carnet on, that's from the Carnet, and Carnet, there's some stones in that one?
yep. The intersection of North Carnot and Center Road is really bad.
North Carnet,
It's almost like somebody deliberately put stones.
and Center Road,
North Carnet and Center? Or,
On the corner.
that would
yeah.
be,
okay,
Yep, right on the corner. They have like cinder blocks in the ditch.
oh,
And
great.
then they had a pile of stones that were underneath the weeds. That we didn't see, and we hit on them. They went all over. Maple Road. There's really bad brush piles.
Maple Road on south of H or north of H.
It'd be like right across the road. You go down O and you take a right on Maple Road.
Maplewood.
That's
Oh,
Maplewood,
Okay.
yeah, that's Maplewood,
And so-
brush piles.
Yeah. We have brush piles. I tried mulching the best we could, but there, some 8-inch branches are in there. Because we were trying to go fence line to fence line for you guys.
Yeah.
As far as possible.
Now, Maplewood Road, the portion that's going north and south. From Jason's place up to the corner on the west side of the road, there's some stone piles in there that have been there for 50, 60.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, those are, I don't know who put them in there, that's fun, it's way before my time.
Yep. We had one complaint too, on the intersection of Betsy and Salona. We had flowers planted.
Oh, jeez.
We go to power poles. We go from power pole to power pole.
And the power poles now are put in the right of way now, they're not on the edge of the right of way anymore.
But we were going power pole, and the power poles obviously made a nice swooping corner, so that's what we did, and she said that we cut all the flowers. I didn't know if you guys got a phone call.
Didn't get a phone call.
It wasn't, she didn't complain to me, she complained to another one of my workers, and she was pretty mad, I guess.
Did you get a name?
No, but she said she's gonna call you.
Always been calling. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, she said she told you guys too, not to go cut there.
no, she didn't.
And I said,
That's, if you went over the right of way and cut the trees down, then we would have had to pay for that.
we always stay in the homes right away.
Yeah, so,
There's only a few times where we went outside, but that's where you can see there's a G box or anything. We always try and get that. That's the one time that we go out of the town right away. There's pretty bad trees overhanging on Maplewood Road
yes,
and Old Substation Road.
yes. Yeah.
I don't think so bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's right now, they'd be really easy to cut. So, especially with our machine, because we just right down the road.
Would you give us an estimate on doing that?
But if you're gonna do that, then I'd suggest doing, there's quite a few stop ahead signs that you can't see.
Okay,
You're just going over, there's actually one stop sign. On Old Elm Road, I think it is. That you can't see. The tree that is overhanging, you can't see it until you're right there.
Yeah.
It's Old Elm.
and you
A
can,
stop ahead sign or stop sign?
Stop signs.
there's a stop ahead signs are getting moving. But could you give us an estimate? You got
Just
what
give it a-
Joe's got has got a. What do you call that? A flail?
It's a boom, or it's the same as the county.
Uh,
That mine's on the back of a tractor.
Yeah.
But it's the same, I can reach out. Safely, I can reach out 20 feet, no matter what incline, I can reach out 25 feet,
Okay,
and the same going off. And we can take up to an 8-inch branch,
yeah, okay, so could you take a look at that and give us an estimate, what your cost would be?
Yep, so I don't know if you guys are gonna do road inspection pretty soon,
We're gonna schedule that today, yeah,
so if you see anything else, you can let me know.
Okay.
Put it all at once,
okay,
but as long as we're here, it's cheaper, because it's 165 or running hour.
well, it's John, that's normal.
So
Mhm.
So right now we're in town of Brussels and then if you guys would have us, we'd be here. But that's all I got. There's a lot of fence posts that we hit. There's just a lot of stuff, not really too much garbage. Just rocks and fence posts and stuff. And there's I told you about it on No Road between guys mailbox and power pole. They roll that big stone there.
Mhm.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I was looking for that.
It's
Is it on this end of Mill Road?
down here, it's about a mile and a half down here, mile.
Mile, okay, on the west side? West side, no, okay,
If you have us cut next year or anybody else, I mean, they're gonna hit.
okay.
And like I said, we did quite a bit of damage to our equipment. I don't know if it was deliberately put there or not, but it's awfully strange how they still like that little uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of all we got
Okay,
for us. Like I said, we try to go as far back as we possibly.
yeah, I appreciate the job you did. You hit some of the little saplings that were growing up and that were real good.
Was there anything else that we missed anything? or
No, I don't think so. Did you happen to go back on Herb's Road? You said you were gonna look at Herb's Road, that's build that trail that's going back?
Yeah, we did.
You did, okay, okay,
I think I did the same day that I thought.
okay, very good. Good,
Yeah, got a good road.
okay.
Oh. You have any down cuts?
Yes,
No, when we went down, because we wanted to do the left side of the road, when we went down, that was cut there.
good.
But we cut it farther back.
Oh, did you? Okay, you did go down there. Yeah, NFP cuts that county line road from Old Krieger to substation.
But we just went a little farther.
Okay, I thought that you might have cut it, okay.
Then we got stuck, we got it on two roads. One was Old Station, Old Substation. We tried to take down all those cattails that you were talking about. We buried the tractor there, and the other one was Cherry Lane.
Vista,
Christie Lane.
yeah, Vista Road, yeah, the east, yeah, or Bigness Road rather. Bigness Road, not Big.
Yeah, I don't think it did too much damage. I know we had some pretty bad ruts. They need to be fixed.
I'm not gonna go and fix them, Jason, are you gonna go fix the roads? No, okay.
That's are good.
Okay,
Other than that, that's all I got.
very good, thank you, Joe. If you, are the checks, this checks.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe, I think you guys did a fine job out there. That was-
For the first time,
Yeah, it looked
for your
good.
town was,
Yeah.
not knowing where anything in it. And some of your ditches are pretty steep, like that, you just said Cherry Road, is what you just got redone. I think you just had that blacktop. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, there's like no shoulder.
no,
Drop off.
Yeah.
And it's pretty tough to get there, I know we left a lot of lines, where the grass is more off the.
yeah, you can't do any more than that, that road was, yeah. Where to get there, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're on the same subject. Solona Road. If it's us cutting next year or anybody else, there's stumps that high that you can't see. On the first cutting, you don't hit them, but on the second cutting, you hit them. They're like that high, there's probably 15 of them.
In the swamp, when you're going down in this,
Is that Solona?
Solona Road is the one we did, the new blacktop, it's a new blacktop road last year.
That's what I got marked.
Mile and 3/4 long.
That's what I got marked, unless I got it wrong. Because it's right, it's almost out the county gas.
Oh, that's probably Carver.
No,
No, Maplewood Road. I think Maplewood Road goes all the way up to this.
Well, Maplewood Road, we did it on the east side and there's a bunch of ash trees that have got stumps there and now there's whole bunches of bushes around that growing up.
no, these were, no bushes, no nothing.
Okay,
It's just stone.
just that could, it's on the east end on Solona Road. I don't know that area.
Because the Cairns are down, you go from Cairns towards S, there was a bunch of trees that got taken down there and I saw there was some stumps up a little bit there, maybe that's what I'm thinking. what was the name on the end of that road there?
Gates did?
Easton.
Well, no, that's the word I'm talking about.
What is, that's the one?
Yeah, that not, those stumps got little twigs growing up, so you're not gonna hit those.
Oh, okay, okay.
Joe was talking about Salona Road, down where, beyond the creek going towards S.
Yeah, okay.
That's where they're.
Oh, on the other, oh. on the
Yep,
other side.
yeah, and it's the first pass, no hill, the second pass, you can't see them.
Against the
So it wouldn't be a bad idea to mark one.
state, states on them, yeah.
And then where you guys have all the brand new, belt or power line poles put in, the big metal power line poles,
Okay, yeah,
there's chunks of concrete in the ditch. That they left over. from the-
They dumped their concrete in the ditch.
that's an old substation and then also on,
It's not an old substation.
Then it's County Road. oh, and okay, yes, I know where you are. That is East Garnet.
The ditch is super steep, but everywhere they put the power line pole, there's a huge chunk of concrete
Well, that's South Garnet.
right alongside of it.
Sure, they filled the,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
filled the sonotube and then dumped the concrete.
Yeah, that's South Carolina.
And it's enough where,
The schoolhouse.
we pick up our mowers, it's like on that battery mower, it'll pick up almost a foot and we still hit it.
Mhm.
So you'll see every time that we went towards the power line pole, there's a chunk of grass is still there, every pole has it. So I don't know,
All we can do is put in there tall 6-foot stakes.
yeah, that is really put a motion over.
ATC, I didn't know we didn't touch that.
Could have been reimbursed.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else that we can do for you guys?
Yeah, well, if you get back so that we can make a decision at our next board meeting, whether to go proceed with trimming of the trees, that would be great.
What is the
Next board meeting shall be on the October 17th.
I'll probably, I'll just drop it off at your home.
Okay. Great,
Probably in the next week or so.
okay.
Then if you see any more rollers that you can think of that need it, let me know, but I'll do an estimate for all the roads that I think
Okay.
are really bad. It was bad enough where we had to go it all. That's something.
Okay. Very good, very good.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, Chuck.
We'll keep you informed on what happens a week from tonight.
Yeah, Mattawapi has quite a bit of expenses to do this changeover, it's, so,
Not gonna be a cheap deal. It's gonna be a pain for everybody.
yeah,
It is,
yeah.
it is. And, not like we haven't tried.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Well, I guess there's a couple people, one's a fireman and one's a board member that was very vocal and wants,
Quite.
yeah, so. We'll cut through it.
Now, we heard that, Sixel and, the other guy, they're not running. Or,
I think they're, they're going to a 5-member board.
right, but those two they said they weren't running.
Okay, and I know the clerk is not running, so,
Yeah,
they're,
that's gonna hurt too, she's pretty sure,
yes, she is.
so,
Mhm.
big changes in that, so,
Yeah,
good night all.
thanks, Brett.
Good night.
I contacted Bay Lake Regional Planning, talked to Jeff Agreed, his name, and talked about rating the roads. And what he would like to do next year, 2023, is have a supervisor ride with him, or the chair ride with him, and rate the roads. How he would rate the roads and that.
Compared to the way we.
Yeah, yeah, and then also they will fill in every year, I go in and put the figures in.
Yep.
They would do that, and so you like to make sure that their thinking is the same as your thinking.
Yeah.
Like a third party inspection.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
a bad idea.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
So, and that's a no chart, that's what we're paying the money for,
It's free.
yeah,
Well.
That's part of our membership?
yeah, that's part of membership.
Yeah.
Road, rating the road is part of our membership.
Oh,
And
you
also,
never told me that.
yeah, and also a man by the name of Sidney Swan at Bay Lake Regional Planning is a grant writer. So anytime we want to write a grant, that's who we would contact, and that would be a charge for that. But they give you that technical assistance, and they have experience of 20 to 30 years. In the future, and you'll hear more about this in the next few months, is that's where probably all of our local road improvement program money will become right up grant writing. We won't be meeting at the county just to get the local road improvement program. That'll all be handled by the town association. That's what the,
So we have a talk that comes out every Monday. And it's with, I don't know if you ever heard of Kim Brimmer or Lori Fisher. It's through DBA. No, it's not really DBA, it's Coalition. They said that there is so much money out there for roads, for county roads.
county roads, yes, they did, but they're,
Or town, sorry, not county, town
Well,
roads. Town
they
roads.
say that about town roads, but here's what's happened, here's what happened this last go around, that got me so disappointed. Is that we were in a position, I thought, that we were going to be able to get money for our two major roads, and we got zipped, and it all went to the larger municipalities that had big projects.
Mhm.
That's where it went to.
Okay.
And so, and I'm afraid I'm
That's
very
maybe what
fearful
they're
that's what's
talking
gonna
about.
happen. If you've got a small project and you don't have a good grant writer for you, you will get overflowed. That's my feeling right now, and I hope I'm wrong, but that's my feeling right now.
It certainly appears that way
Yes.
from everything that we've run into
Yeah,
and heard at these various meetings.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I will mention that to her and see
Yeah.
what she tells me, but
yeah, and we'll talk about broadband, that's another one. Okay, so that's what I've got on roads, that's anything you can think of a road that we should have been discussing here at this point?
I have a complaint.
You have a complaint? We took care of you.
The garbage guy that came today had garbage all the way down our road.
Really?
I don't know what happened, but there was garbage, there was big bags and garbage laying all over the road. I took a picture, but
Send it to me. Oh.
Pick it up?
no, well, I shouldn't
After they
say
took
that.
off.
I don't know, because then when I came back, either one of our guys, either Randy seen it and he made one of our guys go pick it up. Or they came back, which I don't think they would have came back.
Yeah, they would.
Would
pick
they?
it up, yeah.
If they dropped it, they would
Yeah.
see
But
it
they
on
were
the way out.
gone, they were gone.
There was a truck. Went past on my place, real late, going like heck. And he stopped at La Crosse's, and I said, that shouldn't have been, because my garbage was picked up before we got home.
Yeah,
And so okay, did you take a picture of that?
I did take a picture.
Will you
I don't know.
email that to me?
Yep, I will.
You could have reported it on the website. And attached pictures.
They're very careful, that's because I saw them already in the windstorm where the garbage can blew over and they got out of the truck. and picked it up.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I
Yeah.
thought, "Oh, this is really odd."
Oh, as long as you brought that
Maybe
stuff.
didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was just like, oh my gosh, what a mess.
Okay.
Down the road.
I skipped this over here, we'll back up a little bit to public comment. The garbage surcharge for this month of August was $1.31. So our charge for month of August was $17.31. Now in October, we will get a revised charge for cost of living, and we'll see that next month. And I did visit with our treasurer at the county to make sure we're gonna get the printout so that we can put in the charges for 2022 by about the 10th of November. Is when we want.
For 2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, we had the person that we worked with the last year is not there, and so that they had
Mhm.
I'm glad I went over and saw Ryan, is that he couldn't find it, and then when I showed him the paperwork, oh yes, I can get that for you, so.
Okay.
So, and now we talk about the road review for the month of October. That's when we like to go and do our roads and look at it, how these survive, and do our own rating again. And see what we have to do for 2023. Our next meeting is on the 17th of October. We could do that after our next meeting, but we should set this date now.
October.
How does it look for October? What, the first week in October, I'm okay for the first week in October. Should be good for The 13th and 14th, that should be good for the 20th and 21st, 27th, 28th. You like to do a Fridays, don't you, Jason?
Fridays are fine. I can't do the 20th, 21st, because I'll be in New York. So anything before or after would be fine. with me.
Should we target it for the 14th? Is that this?
14th 's fine.
That would be, yeah, that would be the Friday before our town board meeting. Okay. Yeah.
October 14th, at what time?
When do we usually start?
We usually start about 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
meet here. And Ruth, would you please post
What
it?
was that again?
October 14th.
14th.
Would you please post that?
At what time?
8:30?
30, I was reading.
And then we could, at the same time, we will have Joe's idea what to be trimmed on the roads, and then we can review that and so then make a decision on the 17th. That'd be great.
Did he actually give you a map where everything was located on there?
No,
Still
no,
haven't done it yet.
no.
Mhm.
no.
I thought, I didn't think to ask him if he was here, so.
So. Okay.
Where did I put it? I thought, oh, yes, okay, fine. Got it.
Do we have anything from the sanitary district? They're meeting now. They nothing for a day.
No.
Cemetery report, Larry?
Only that I had a couple inquiries.
Yeah, copper Carnes. Steve Carnes.
Steve Carnes, yeah,
We got
I,
the call, we told him to call you.
yeah, they called me, that's from Van Gemmer.
Mhm.
And I staked for the foundation, for the Headstone Foundation.
Okay.
So I marked it and I talked to those people. So, yeah, and we'll probably be doing a cemetery cleanup sometime in October, but I'm not sure. That's not scheduled yet.
Okay, it won't be the 14th.
It won't be the 14th, no.
Okay.
You know,
You'd have a lot of help.
Yeah, we had a lot of help, Larry. Okay. Anything else, Larry?
for cemetery?
Yeah,
No,
I see Jason cut the Brookhauser edge around. That looks good.
I had, he called you and you called me about that hole that was down there.
Mhm.
Oh, my heaven's sakes. I never saw such an excavation down there at Brockhauser.
Really?
Oh, this guy, he had a hole.
Okay.
I found two,
What do you think it was?
probably woodchucks. I don't know, but I filled them in
Mhm.
and that one was just gigantic. I couldn't believe it. So it's taken care of. Ugh.
Okay. Okay, moving on to broadband. Oh, there's a lot of information on broadband. First of all, we had a real nice, great meeting up in Washington Island for our town association meeting. We had 8 town representatives there. And we had the man by the name of Robert Cornell. He is the manager of the Washington Island Electric Cooperative. Washington Island is a very unique situation. This cooperative is separate from the town. It's their own cooperative. And when they had back in 2018, when they had a big power outage, at the same time, they put fiber, they connected with it inside and put fiber in there.
Mhm.
And they will be hanging the fiber on the poles. It costs them $17 a year to rent the pole from the electric company. Well, since it's their own cooperative, they're probably renting it from themselves,
Right.
but at least that's what the normal rate is, $17 a year to hang on the poles. And he said to us that don't be afraid to put your fiber on the pole. You know, yes, you might have trees on the pole knocking it down, but he said that was his essence. And he gave us the whole story of how that came about. And now, once the fiber is in, then they're gonna have Quantum come in and do the connections to all the people. So that's how that is working on Washington Island. That is really good.
So if they put a fiber on the pole, can they put a router up there too, and you just do wireless to your pole on it?
The object here to get the funding, the federal fundings, is to have fiber to the premise.
Okay.
So it's FDDI, fiber distributed to every building. business, home,
Okay.
whatever. So, wireless is what you've had with Door County Broadband and some others.
Mhm.
And that's not gonna give you the capacity
Still not gonna do.
that fiber will give you.
So you, in order to get the 100 to 1,000 megabytes, you need.
You
that.
need the fiber. Yeah, you're not gonna do that wireless.
So Washington Island's gonna be way ahead of us.
Oh, yes,
Well, they're way out in front,
yeah,
believe me, and there's a couple others that are right behind them doing it. Liberty Grove is up there.
well, that's, see, look,
Bailey's Harbor. Now Egg Harbor is,
no,
no, not yet.
no,
Well,
but,
yeah, Bailey's Harbor. Aren't they?
Bailey's Harbor got the grant,
They got the grant.
Yeah.
And they're going,
yeah, there's, well, with Bertrand.
right,
Yeah, that's it.
but then isn't Liberty Grove also doing?
They're doing something, I don't know where they are right now, they're working with Insight.
Yeah.
I heard.
Right.
And, I guess, so then the next thing I did on the last day of August, I went to the town of Claybanks meeting, and the purpose of their meeting was to finalize their broadband application with Bertrand. That was the purpose of
Oh, okay,
their meeting. Bertrand said that the total cost is going to be $3,637,000. You know, that's compared to us, $2,633,946. So I asked Sarah, how come the difference? And she said, well, because we have harder digging in Claybanks. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions I have. Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
that's the standing side.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. So Bertrand is going to contribute $839,532, and the town is going to commit to $615,000. The county then is going to contribute $25 per address. So there's 284 addresses, so the county is going to contribute $7,100 to this. So between Bertrand, the town, and the county, come up to about 43% of the total cost. And that's their application. That has to be in by September 30th. That's due. And in that application, they get letters of support from the hospital, the school, the sheriff's department, legislators. They get letters of support. And then the town has to come up with a resolution where their funds are coming from. Are you going to be borrowing it? Are you going out for bonding? You don't want to go out for bonding because that's expensive. And so I asked the question, so when Sarah made the presentation here at our last board meeting, there was a lot of questions that still have to be answered. How much is it going to cost to hook up once the broadband is in there?
Yeah.
Claybanks did do their own survey, and they got a 60% response. And 90% have said they would go with the new
Oh, sure.
situation.
Well, they don't have hardly any coverage.
That's right. However, some of them said we go with new situation, providing it's less than what I'm paying right now, you know, so there's a lot of caveats to that on that. But, you know, when they made the presentation, Bertrand made the presentation here, they said our project would cost $2,633,000. Bertrand would contribute $607,000. And we would be expected to contribute $526,000. Now, here's a little kicker. The county kicks in $25 per name, and Bertrand said we had 433 names. The county would be kicking in $10,825,000. So again, the total contributions would be $1,145,447, or 43.49%. I have so many questions, because here another company is coming out, and they're looking to expand, and they're looking for business. They're a broadband company, new broadband company, down south, in southern Wisconsin, Ethoplex, big fancy brochure. There's going to be another wave of applications for another grant coming out in September 6th. There's another grant coming out after the first of the year. That's a USDA program coming out on September 6th, and the Treasury Department is coming out with another program after the first of the year. So I am totally confused on this whole broadband thing. I did ask Jason from my IT department, since he lives in the town of Forestville, if he'd be part of our team, and he said he would be. But, you know, you're trying to get information, and, I even tried to contact CenturyTel. I didn't get any place.
They're sold, you know.
Well, I had Lumen, Lumen, California, couldn't get a place, couldn't get it, couldn't, and then I got a real nice, I thought I had that right in my fingertips, a nice brochure, from them. Who to contact, oh yeah, real nice brochure, you know, CenturyLink, how can we help you? You know, and I didn't get any place. So I asked Jessica Hatch to, and she's our county coordinator, to come up with, give us a list of IP providers. And I still feel that, you know, Insight's got a line here right on Mill Road, keep going back and forth across the county. I feel that that's probably the way this whole thing will go someday. I need more information for what I think I'm wasting my time trying to get a hold of CenturyTel.
I would agree with you.
Mhm.
I have a devil of a time when we first were putting this in.
Yeah,
When we just put in our simple DSL line
yeah,
with them. It was very difficult because there's nobody to talk to, and every time you find somebody to talk to, they change.
yeah.
They're there for 2 or 3 months and then they're
Yeah,
gone,
yeah,
and they're coming to you from Arizona and who knows where. There's no local contact there.
Yeah.
Insight, quite frankly, I think is probably going to ultimately be the provider of choice. Because they are doing things in this county that are just incredible, really.
yeah, and now Kewaunee County, it's a combination. Bug Council is putting up towers, and Insight is wiring the municipalities like Luxembourg, they did
Mhm.
half last year and half this year. So, there's outfits out there, and so far,
But what we're gonna see is we're going to see all of these new outfits from out of nowhere
yeah, like I just,
develop.
yeah. So,
Oh, there's money to be had. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like any other,
Well, my takeaway from my meeting this past week is that, hey, they're not gonna run out of money with broadband.
I don't think so.
Evers has made a big commitment. We've still got 600 and some odd thousand households that we still have to go yet. I think we did 300,000 or 300,000 households. We still got 600 households to go in the state. And so, that's a big commitment on that. So, that's all the information I had, and I've tried to get more info on broadband, and I've given you what I know right now. And, it's just more confusing on my part so far. But, as soon as Jessica Hatch gives us ISP for what? Yeah, ISPs that we can work with or can contact, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
Okay, American Rescue Plan update. Oh, wow, you found out a little bit more about that. You got updated on your American Rescue Plan. We're going along with that. And then we got another one that just came out. Hey, we got gonna have some $1,200 to improve our municipality's election security environment.
That's a sub-grant similar to what we did when we went to the .gov,
Yeah,
wi.gov.
and there is.
Email address.
Yep, and so I did contact the gentleman to make a cabinet. I don't know if we're gonna end up putting it in that room or this room. But Tom Hallerbrook said he would work on that this winter,
Okay,
is what, and we'll.
for the voting machine,
For the,
securing the voting
yep,
equipment.
yeah, yes, so that's, and we got a grant for that, so.
Okay,
$1,200,
we can get a group, yeah, there's some monies available. Yeah,
Where'd you go?
Tom Hallerbrook was right here on Highway 42 on Feast Road,
Okay.
yeah, Carpenter.
Not Peace Road, it's,
It's the other one that goes
No,
off.
not-
by
no,
George,
not
by
Peace.
that Jordan's.
Tunnel Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not Feast Road, yeah.
Honnold Road, yeah, just north of Nassau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Or whatever, Jordan's.
That red building.
The red building, yeah, yeah.
The name has changed so many times.
Maple
Rock.
call it Maple.
So that's what I got on American Rescue Plan. Ruth and Larry are trying to get the
Reporting, but
set.
that's a federal reporting.
Yeah.
Now Ruth did the state reporting and has everything submitted back in April
April.
and
Actually, December was. so
or
they-
December, but it was due in April.
Mhm.
And then they sent out this notice saying that it was, you didn't take care of the federal part of the report. Yet she has all of this stuff. We went and looked at it today.
Mhm.
You fired off something to the Towns
Yeah.
Association. I don't know.
I talked to Joanne tonight too, and she didn't get anything like that. She says, I just didn't send her report, and she goes, I have no clue who it went to, but that would have been the state, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Right. So if we submit it to the state, we also have to submit to the federal government
That's
according to what they
according-
said.
yeah.
And they had the information on in a document, it was on page 34.
Yeah,
And that Ruth printed that out and we had the information, but when we went to go online, then obviously Ruth had registered with them. So we had to change a password to get onto it today. And then I suggested that she contact Carol Nowicki, a Towns Association, and get some insight into that. But I'll get a hold of you in the morning and
Okay.
we'll see where it goes from there.
Mhm, mhm.
So, I mean, it seemed pretty straightforward. There's 3 documents
Three documents.
and you've got them all there. So it's just a matter of submitting them. And now they were submitted to the state on time in advance. And now we're overdue for a federal report. I don't know.
Yeah, it says each NEU, that's what we are, the town is also required to provide the following information once its accounts are established in Treasury reporting portal and prior to the due date. And that was April 30th, yeah.
And yet they sent her an email saying, you still
Like
have
they,
now until
yeah.
the end of September to get it in.
Yeah, I got that on the 6th, and then, so I sent it on the 8th, I believe it was, and then I got that email yesterday.
It says,
or the
no,
day
you
before.
can't send it to us this way. You
Yeah.
have to go on the portal. We tried to go on the portal and we ran into that issue this afternoon.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever.
And then we also call that phone number, and you didn't get anywhere with the.
No, the phone number is just a recording.
Mm,
It's basically saying, oh, you got any questions? You want help? You could look at a 45-minute video online or you can read this or you can read that. They don't give you any information or visit this site, visit that site. Well, if we know what it says,
mhm.
and we can,
Just how to do it.
how do we get in there? I mean, we do have the login
Mhm,
that
mhm.
worked, so. We'll figure it out in the morning, I guess.
Okay. Moving on to invasive species, I know they were out spraying this past couple of weeks. I saw them stop on County Road O and get out of the truck with backpacks and walk into the west side of the swamp there. They must have found some, so they were out there. That's all I know.
Well, in some of the residential areas too, they posted a sign that they sprayed.
Okay.
And basically to not enter that area of the premise,
Mhm.
because of the spraying, so. Some areas that were, or some break lines, some areas that were hit before and population was reduced, it's like the final spraying to kind of kill off the last population. So some of those areas are getting hit and they're working on it. Okay, so this is good. So that's all I have on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wild parsnips on the highway is all dead off. They sprayed that.
They sprayed the wildfires on the highway.
Yeah, they,
Wonderful, wonderful.
because we had a lot of it there.
Well, they're being proactive on it now.
Yeah.
You go to some other counties and you'll see there's tons of it in other counties and our county is being proactive, which is good.
So we got the grant and so we got the gal following that. I'm glad. And then I got a nice letter from Dustin Overbeck saying that we should get on board and do Hey Golf. Did you?
We're all getting letters from us.
And then he goes on, go on and say, hey, Connor Forestville is way ahead of it. So they're doing.
Does he say it in there?
Not in a letter, but in this newspaper. Somebody.
Yeah, and he won some awards for it and he's got a very active billing department. And they've been sending out bills. And that you can't print. And so
You got my email today, right?
Yeah.
Or
I got
yesterday?
your email today. I was on the phone with him. And this is Christina. She's from Eastern Europe. She's the one that was doing that billing mailing that you, this one.
Okay,
And then you got the email today. Oh, ignore that email. This was mistakenly sent.
So $1,199 is not.
It's not,
Not
no.
you.
That's
No.
void, okay.
That's a non-issue. I was online with them today. Yesterday, yeah, whatever. And we kicked off the site design project
Okay, that's what.
for the new website.
Uh-huh.
And I will have something available for preview next month. It's gonna take them a couple of weeks to put bits and pieces together. They're looking at a site, rather, they wanted our town logo, which we don't have. They're looking through everything that is on our website and are going to populate the new design with that. However, I'm also not a big fan of the HeyGov. How do I say this politely? The electronic digital services that we have, they're on the website, they are there, they work well. Ruth, you're maintaining the reservations for the use of the town hall. All that seems to be working quite well. But on our website, we have two calendars. One has to do with town hall rental or pavilion rental. The other has to do with the meetings that we have. So there are two calendars on our website. One is in the digital environment, the HeyGov environment. The other one happens to be also in the on the website. Now, when we post a meeting or something like a road review or whatever board business, official business, we're going to go to towns association conference or what have you. I post that when you get me the notice, I post that out there. That doesn't appear on the town reservation page unless you put that out there and say it's reserved for the town board meeting, which is what we've been doing. We've been blocking out those dates. My posture, both with Town Web as well as with HeyGov, they're both Dustin's companies. I want to see a tight integration with that. If I post it in one place, I want to see it in the other place. I don't want to have to go both places to post something. So that is, that resulted in another series of communications either yesterday or today with Atanas over in Romania. And they are going to come back to me with that kind of integration. What can they do to make it that way? And I happen to be on another group call with a number of other people to highlight two parts of it. One was this integration of calendars, and the other had to do with marketing of the website. So how do you say this is now available, and how then do we make that available to our constituents? Some people don't know anything about reporting garbage on the roads or a dead animal or whatever. And yet there's capability on the digital world for us to do that. So they will, I was on a call with the clerk treasurer, I believe it was Land Lakes, way up north. So they're just getting into that world. And as far as town HeyGov is concerned, we've been leading the way, helping them to design what it is they're doing. But I'm being more insistent that it be integrated in the new website so that we have this kind of close integration that makes it easier for everybody to use. And that's basically where we're at. I think we're going to be making progress on that. I got a whole litany of things here that came out of that particular meeting and yesterday's meeting. So we're going to be working on it. The only other piece of that is that with the new website, the way in which it's maintained is going to be a bit different. And there's some more elements. Instead of that stylized heading that we had up there, the more of these websites are coming out with nice pictures from the town. So if anybody's got good pictures that they would want to share or that we could put up there, they're going to go into our library of that gallery of pictures we've got.
Mhm.
And my concern is that they're going to post something on for showing that beautiful picture that I have out there of the foliage down at the park.
Mhm.
And that might not be the best picture to use.
No, we'll have to wait till.
So I'm going to be casting about for a better picture to use of maybe Dale's cows and fields.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah,
different.
yeah.
How-
Yeah, and then that's when they're all, this time of year with the trees in the background, unfortunately, ash trees are all dead now, but they used to be real pretty there.
How we so fall in the maples.
Yeah.
That nice field you got.
Yeah, yeah.
Our town property over there.
Yeah, that in that
That's
corner,
a nice little
that's
area.
all maple there, yeah, that, and
Yeah,
according to
that's it.
Dr. Hirschbeck, that was the prettiest road in North County.
Yeah, Guy Road down there,
Yeah.
you betcha. So I'll be casting about to see where I go with that. There were a couple of designs that they offered me to choose from, and I just made an arbitrary choice that would integrate on the front page a calendar that I want them to merge everything together. So
One thing I noticed, Larry, is you can't book the town hall more than 1 year in advance. It's only a 1 year.
in advance.
And I do have somebody who booked something like 18 months for something.
Okay, so you getting requests to book 18 months out.
Yeah, rather than 12, just the 12 months.
No, we are offering a service that not other towns
Right, right.
do not offer that.
Right.
I'm surprised how many towns say, no, we don't rent, or we rent only to our own citizens. We don't rent to, or, you know,
There was a gal that called, she's from it's called Do Good Door County, and she wanted to use the hall. It's a nonprofit.
mhm.
So I signed her up, next month. And as a matter of fact, it's 2 days after election. She wanted the day after, and I said, can you do it the next year? Sure. So she was gonna go somewhere else on the 9th in different areas. I have no clue what it is. It's Do Good Door County.
Well,
I'm gonna throw an idea out there. This is way out of the limb. Do we want to consider like a social media page?
I did talk to them about that. As a matter of fact,
You know, something that's really unbiased, doesn't really point out anything, just basically like for example, dog calls. I put the photo out there on social media, Facebook in this case,
man,
and I get people chiming in. And
Well,
everybody found the owner within an hour, and I've been doing that for a while.
okay. The thing that we can do is have a social media add-on.
Mhm.
That would cost us more money at this point. However, when you do that add-on, then you have to have, there's some caveats with that, how it then, who's gonna moderate? Or how are you gonna deal with that? Right now, if people go and use the 311 reporting capability, but that's not social media.
No.
See, that's just strictly within the confines of our site. So, yeah, there's that possibility, and I said, well, that's fine. They are working on marketing tools, if you will, that could be used, but then I'd have to call John Jarsh and say, hey, let's go to our county here. I need to have you use this piece of
Mhm.
news to broadcast. Because I'm trying to think, how then can we advertise where our capabilities are if we don't have a social media output? I'm with another organization is using Facebook, but they're using it as a moderated page. Well, that takes time.
Right, that takes time, yeah.
Yeah, and so I haven't gone to that path yet, although the websites, everything works fine on phones, on tablets, on computers. I mean, you can get at it from any way, but it isn't social media. And yeah, that's a possibility. But right now, I didn't want to pursue it because of number one, cost, and number two, I want to make sure it's going to be functional for what our needs are.
Yeah,
So,
One step at a time, you know.
yeah,
I have a question, so I know, this culvert from. Roland at the Run Center Road, he talked about putting it on credit card through the town, is
you
that?
can
set
do
up?
that. Yes,
Okay.
it's, there's a payments place. He can pay for that
Okay,
online.
that's the one I sent, and I will now put that
Okay,
on. But there's a percentage they pay, right?
they pay the processing fee
Okay.
and it'll all come out, whatever the fee is for that, he can pay it with a credit card and then they will post it. So there is a payment function within the HayGov environment. So if
So they just go to the town board website, right?
they go to the, I'll show you when I get.
Being he goes.
Otherwise, just,
It's actually from town. You go to digital services,
Right.
click on
Okay.
digital services, make a
It'll
payment.
pop right up and just.
okay,
I saw a report yesterday. In the last 5 years of inflation versus municipalities and how much increase on different items. Culverts in the last 5 years went up 200%.
I was thinking 20%.
200%.
Oh.
Steel. But everything else went up from 20% on up in every category. Oil, for instance, for the roads went up. And 50%, it's just amazing how inflation has hit us.
Steel workers are making a move.
That's.
I also just wanted to comment on the migration to the .gov domain. WI.gov, we use Rackspace. I have set everybody up on the secure server, so you should not encounter any issues, but they're going to deprecate the old mechanisms, which was using pop mail and such like that. So if anybody encounters a problem all of a sudden with their email, let me know. By December, they are going to have them, the changes will be complete by December. So in the next 2 months, they're getting rid of some of the old. I think everybody is set up properly, secure email. But if you encounter any issues with your email, like you did, but yours was your own reading, so. But if it's a security issue, let me know right away so I can make sure I have you on the secure server. So, and the other piece of it is we are still in the .com domain for the website, but we're in the .wi.gov for our email, and part of the redesign will move that, provided I can get it through the State Department of Administration, and we will become forestvilletown.wi.gov instead of .com. So the commercial piece of it's going to go away. A lot of pieces are all going to be in the .gov world, but I have to get that worked through the Department of Administration. So just for your information. Okay,
Okay, thanks, Larry.
lots going on.
Yep, payment of bills is the next subject, the matter, so the only bill we're paying from town web design is that $823 bill, is that what I?
That's our annual
Yep.
posting. Yeah, that's the only bill that we should pay.
Annual bill.
That's our annual bill.
Yep.
and it starts, at 8:16 with WPS street light.
Now, what did you do about the overcharge that we got from the highway department for that culvert? Did you pay the whole bill or did you, and we will be getting credit
We
or?
will be getting credit, yeah.
So you paid a complete bill?
Mhm.
Okay, so complete bill is paid. And we'll get a credit of $638.41. So
Yeah, we have the check already made.
there's done. That was for Todd Ash's dad. Just one comment I see on, who. on, check number 16571, West Center Road pulverizing. That was for hot mix. That was for the hot mix that we had to buy. We had to spend twice as much.
16,571.
On 9/11.
Check from to Northeast Asphalt.
Yeah, we had that check was for the hot mix. We had to spend $36,000 and we spent a little bit more to Northeast Asphalt. We were getting back 15,000.
So you had surface maintenance?
Yeah, it's the correct terminology is service maintenance. That's your road, that's the road that we resurfaced. But the description was, one was pulverizing
Oh, yeah, pulverizing, okay.
and one was hot mix.
And the 30,000 was hot mix, you
Yep,
said?
yep.
The 30,000,
Yeah.
336.30.
And
And it says West Center pulverized, so you got.
I probably changed it before.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is the hot mix.
Yeah. Oh, here, see, it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
And the Joe's landscaping for grass cutting, that was his bid for the second cutting, and so that, I double checked that one. But
Okay.
I thought it might be a
It's
little
all
bit less expensive, but.
Yeah.
Now, we are getting one more payment of. For our roads, right, our October payment, don't we get one more?
That a bill, you mean that we have to pay?
No, the quarterly,
Yes.
yeah, we used to get the first of
Oh,
October.
yeah.
Yeah, like October 3rd
Yeah.
or something.
October 3rd,
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
So that's still coming in yet. So
Yep.
it should be still okay with our budget yet.
I make motion to pay bills.
Okay, motion made to pay the bills. Any further discussion? All in favor, please, everybody saying aye.
Aye.
The bills are paid. Kate said, we still have options not to pay the bills. But we always can stop the check scanning.
That costs money.
Okay, we're gonna jump right into the WTA convention is going to be October 9th to 11th. But first of all, the first one on the board here is our regional meeting workshop. And Ruth, you have sent that in.
Yes,
And
uh-huh.
who's all going on that now?
Are you going, Larry? You would,
Um,
you and, yeah, the three of us, I think.
I believe that.
Yeah, I think
I think they send your.
Yeah, I said, yeah, didn't I say I was going?
Larry,
Yes, I believe so.
Roy, and Ruth.
Oh.
And Ruth sent those in. I think that is in the bill.
Yep, that's at the Rock Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay, right.
Right. So we'll have to, it starts at 8 o'clock. So we'll have to leave about 7. Should we get there in an hour?
Depending on,
Depends how fast.
Traffic, we'll leave a little earlier.
but depending on,
You can get there in
I
45
thought you
minutes.
said you were going to be,
Driving by yourself?
I may,
that's, yeah. So
right now,
Are you driving?
That's
Ryan?
one
I'll
week.
pick you up and you got your phone to tell me where to go because I don't know how to get
Okay,
there.
it's 1 week from today.
it's near, yeah, it's near Fleet Farm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go off Belt
behind
and come
Creek.
down, go off Belt and come down this frontage road.
Mhm,
Yeah,
Or
you go
take
Bond
Farm and
Street,
go the other way.
it's on Bond Street there.
Yeah.
Where you go into Van Boxtel
Yeah.
RV,
Yeah.
Yep.
past, where's that,
Mhm.
there's a Cup of Joy is there, and there's a couple of other things right there. Anyway,
You're planning to go by your own ways to get there.
I'm,
I
I'm,
just hit the highway, scoot in, drop
Just go,
down, spin
go to
around.
Fleet Farm and come back.
Roundabout.
Oh, you go.
if
past
I
Fleet
want you
Farm?
to, yeah, I'll let you know.
Well, I
that.
go
Yeah,
down,
we're
somebody the other way.
We got starts at 8, the whole thing starts at 8 o'clock, so we need to be on the road.
Yeah, you gotta be on the road by 7. I
Yeah.
would say no
A
later.
little bit by 10 to 7.
Yeah, yeah. Understood. But-
7.
I may well be not going from
Okay.
Maplewood.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on where I'm at. That's next week.
That's-
Yes.
Got it. And I got it on my calendar, so I am going. And I know it's at the Rock Garden. I know that.
can't do that because I'm out of PTO.
You used them all,
Oh, I
used them all up. Yeah.
Probably better.
Okay,
I'll never wear them.
we can be going to meetings every day. There's also a meeting on the 29th of, for a briefing, post, know about COVID ideas going on, and also there's a meeting on going about laws on September 30th. I just got a charge of all these meetings that people.
Well, I got so many of them on, yeah, myself, that. The next day I'm supposed to be getting the flu shot, COVID.
Yeah,
combination.
booster, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we, now tomorrow or Friday, Ruth has to get the reservations for the convention at Appleton on October 9th to the 11th. I am not going, and anybody else going, Jason's not going, I'm going.
I'm not going.
And Dina's not going, so we're not doing
That,
it. That's a paper here,
that's at the Valley or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it.
takes an hour and 20 minutes to get there. So we're driving in. And you got a choice of how many days you want to go there.
The only thing I would have been interested in was in the election. And there was another one, meeting agendas, but we will be talking about that at the Rock Garden.
Yes,
I was just gonna say, a lot of this is gonna be covered.
Right.
I usually,
that was my take on it. So,
I would have gone only one day otherwise.
yeah.
I felt we could probably skip that this year.
I know, I talked to Joanne, she's going.
Oh, she is going?
Yeah. Mhm.
She's staying overnight? Is she?
Yes, but I don't know if she was going to this Rock Garden thing. I didn't think so. I'd have to ask her. Yeah, this was the election and that's not your big deal. Monday would have been the only day I would have been interested.
I was gonna say Monday might have had some interesting stuff, but. I guess I'm gonna pass on it this year
Okay, then I'll pass to them.
because it's otherwise not gonna happen.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'll have I have enough credits anyway for
okay,
election education
okay,
for the year, for next year too. Not more.
okay. But talking about meetings, last year, I felt that we didn't do our. We didn't get confused, but our October 17th meeting, last year, October meeting, we had a big agenda that night. We started working on our budget about 9 o'clock, I think.
It was a long
Yeah,
time.
long time.
Mhm.
Don't you think we should have a budget meeting?
A
Separate?
separate meeting.
Does that make sense to it?
It
And that way,
does.
on the 17th, we could just make some minor changes that we talked about, but if we could sit down, the 5 of us, and just talk about the budget.
Okay, yeah.
You did that before, didn't we do that?
What I usually did was prepare the budget.
Uh-huh.
You know, you would have to categorize the expenses from January to, and I like to have it October included. And
Okay,
then just in November, December, you just kind of, try and figure out, best estimate.
all right,
And then I would print it out and then you guys would look it over and say, wow, we need more here.
yeah,
It probably would be better if we would sit down and talk about it and
Well-
work on it.
If we're not going to be going to the convention,
Mhm.
is there any reason why we couldn't work on it before the board meeting?
Sure.
oh, yeah, definitely before the board meeting,
Well,
yeah.
what I'm just wondering, when's the board meeting? The 17th?
17,
How about the week before?
10,
Yeah, that would have been normally the Monday we would have gone
Is that
to.
on Monday?
yeah, we
Yeah, it's
would
a
have gone on
Monday.
9th to 10th, that's right.
Yeah, that would have been when we'd have been at the town association.
What time is it?
What evening?
Is there anything going on here? Well, we could just use a small room too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to go to our Hago site and.
I guess, I can't think. Let's see, 4-H.
Like, I don't want to disturb the
No.
broadcast.
I'm
Go
just
to
gonna
the
say,
Hago
I'm
site.
one of them. I should have it loaded here. Well, look, there's my Hago icon there. The app.
You have it?
I have the Hago app.
So
So do I. That's a good idea, Jason. Thank you. Well.
So what day were you saying, Larry?
The 10th,
The 10th, that's a Monday.
It's on a Monday.
Right here, no.
venues, here we go. Town hall. On the 10th, there's nobody here.
Okay. Sure.
We'll break that September, let me look, October. The Maplewood Missiles 4-H.
No, Tim?
Yep,
Mhm.
So they use both rooms. No, that's a smaller one.
That's a small one, they can use it. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fine. Mhm.
yeah, so, I mean,
At 6:30?
Mhm,
That's all
sure,
right.
sure.
see, this is what I really like,
Mhm,
because you pull this up and you can look at that, say, well, East Maplewood Homemakers,
mhm.
Maplewood Missiles, American Legion, Town Board meeting on the 17th, East Maplewood 4-H,
Yeah.
all there.
Mhm.
Okay, so we can do the 10th.
Mm-hmm. At 6:30, very good.
And that'd be a special meeting, so we'd have to post it.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be.
The thing is, it's earlier, just so I have a lot of the bills in, well, it'll be all right, we'll kind of ask.
I think what we gotta zero in on our expenses for 2023
Mhm.
is what we
I'll
have.
just go with what.
And
what
we can
already
always
paid on.
adjust it on our board meeting when we
Mhm, yeah,
talk.
right,
Mhm,
right.
mhm,
Mhm.
If we get
Okay,
extra
so
bills in or
Yeah.
something.
We'll do this October 10th.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm thinking you might have someone from the schools want to tell us about their election coming on in November.
Mhm.
Because there's two bond issues.
Oh, right,
And that's
right.
what happened a couple of years ago, and we got really late on.
Well, yeah, and it always waylays us then when we're
Yeah.
trying to do
And
something.
that time works for everybody?
Yes, yeah,
What time, 6:30?
yeah, 6:30.
We're not gonna set up, is it gonna, it's an open meeting,
It's open to meeting, but you wouldn't have to,
well, okay,
No.
you wouldn't have to set it up, it's,
all right, I just, just wanna make sure,
Mhm.
do event. Budget. Okay.
future, and then talking about the budgets, then. Pick this up at our retreat. I thought it was pretty good. Steve from the finance department came up with this. How do you figure levy limit? Or what, mill rate? And I thought that was pretty good.
And what's that, it's 6 p.m.
I think I'm short one, huh? Yeah,
No,
I'm short one, yeah. No, that one. Thought I read it. But it's just a PowerPoint presentation of calculating mill rate. That was just, we didn't go over it, but it was just a PowerPoint presentation and calculating the tax levy.
Okay.
And our total real property value this year, we went up 1.5% and equal of highest value. Well, and you said how much that only amounted to $2, is it, Ruth? That's as far as we went up this year.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. Something to consider for the future. I got this email from Washington Island. And I forwarded to Josh at
John Joy.
at the destination for county.
Mhm.
But it's they're looking for assistance to petition the United States Fish and Wildlife.
Didn't you send that out?
Did you get that, Fish and Wildlife?
Yeah, I think you sent that
I
out.
thought I did, but I.
You sent it to Ruth, she forwarded it.
Yeah, okay, you
Yeah,
got that.
Yeah,
And-
this one here, it's
Yeah,
got the
Yeah,
picture.
you got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got.
Fish and Wildlife Service, yeah.
Yeah, and I sent it on to Destination Door County, see if that could be, they want to talk about that. And I guess for next month, we'll discuss whether we should do something about that.
Okay.
Not on our agenda, so that's why I just thought I'd bring it up for next month. to do. Okay. Anything else for the future board meetings besides budget?
Hopefully.
I'll have the newsletter that we should probably go over too.
Okay,
We try to put
yeah,
in a preliminary
okay.
newsletter. I see something came from the Door County Land Use Service
Yeah,
Department.
yep, few things.
Yeah, they had,
They want added in it.
Yep. Okay, we'll go over that on October.
What was that you were just saying that you wanted on about? For Washington, I don't know.
Oh, did I not?
Talking about
for you?
participation in asking the U.S. Fishery and Wildlife
Fishery, okay.
The next one, I guess.
to,
The Fish and Wildlife Service on Pilot Island, since they took it over.
in the nineties, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
yeah, I've
and
seen
it went from this to that.
that. Yeah,
Asking
You
if
want that on
we
the
really
agenda?
back to the county or the town, is what they're asking us right
I don't
now.
want that on the agenda for next time.
Next one. we'll put that on.
Just something.
You know, you'll have to put something out there to, yeah, for the special meeting notices and.
And our next meeting for town hall will be on, board meeting will be on October 17th at 10:30. Yep. If there's no further business to be discussed at this time, a motion to adjourn would be in order. I make the motion.
I'll second that.
Motion made to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? We are adjourned. And we have a